Go over to the live right now. All right? And once you join, I need you to share it. Share it right now. Now, I touched on a bit, just a bit, on the fact that Vincentians again are upset with Kevin Lyttle. You know what? I was gonna play the little clip from the interview, but how about we just have Kevin explain himself? Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm
Ah,
doing good, real good.
all right, you're doing real good.
Yeah,
Kevin, what you
yeah.
do again to get Vincentians upset, man? Before you get to that, let me share with the listeners here. All right, multi-platinum selling international recording artist Kevin Lyttle has stormed international stages, captivating audiences worldwide, tearing up the charts with crowd pleasers and reaching radio heights for over a decade. Kevin was thrown into the international spotlight with his breakout smash single "Turn Me On." His success has taken him on tours around the world. Kevin Lyttle is also a cultural ambassador, a post which comes with diplomatic privileges. Ever grateful for his success, Kevin's stardom shines in his passion to help those in need. Using his platform as platinum international selling artist and cultural ambassador, Kevin founded a non-profit, the Janice Lyttle Foundation, in honor of his late mother, to help win the battle for heart disease. Lyttle is also the co-founder of his own record label, Tarakan Records, and the founder of Vonzu, the soon-to-be-launched mobile food ordering and delivery app. Welcome to the studios of Extreme FM, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Despite the stuff that happened over the weekend, which I really want to apologize for, really, because it was not intentional. I got emotional in my life, Instagram, and what I came across. I realized which I intend to be more personal. My human was broken into one, and tempted twice, and made a run. Uh,
Kevin, hold a second there for me, please. Hold a
yeah,
second there. All right. There are parts where you're talking and it's kind of cutting out a little bit there. So let me
mhm.
see if I can make some little tweaks here. All right, go ahead again. You said your
Yeah,
home was broken into already.
yeah. You hearing me good?
Yes, perfect, perfect.
Okay. Because there was an echo before.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So, on the interview, it's a live actually. It's a live that I did
Mhm,
on
mhm,
Instagram. A friend of
mhm,
mine who's trying to bring back her talk show stuff that she does. And what happened is basically I was talking about my companies and talking about something that's personal to me in
mhm,
terms, and I didn't mean to generalize like I was saying before. It was unintentional. I just
mhm,
got emotional because my home was broken into once and attemptedly robbed twice. Also, my neighbor Roger, he got his throat cut in an attempted robbery.
mhm,
And in talking to people in the neighborhood, and I was just hearing all these different attempted robbery and these kind of talk of in the neighborhood, people being scared of getting robbed and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, that's new. It kind of came across in a way that I was like, whoa. Yeah. So I mean, I did not mean for this to come out the way that it did. So again, I apologize. I would never, intentionally say anything against my country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm a proud Vincentian, and very, very proud to say that I'm Vincentian. And I would never, ever intentionally say anything to down my country or put my country in a bad light. So, it was a blunder. I misspoke. Um, the, the good thing is that the interview itself only had 34 views. And
well, that
It,
interview had 34 views at the time, but that
yeah.
little clip, Kevin,
Mhm.
the whole country.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I understand, and I apologize to the Vincentian public. That was not my intention at
Mhm,
all. You know.
mhm. Were you
Yeah.
surprised by people's responses to that statement?
Well, yes, I was, because I didn't even realize it came across that way until it was singled out from the interview and presented in that way. And again, I apologize. It's not intentional. I wouldn't say something like that intentionally.
Hmm, hmm.
Mhm.
What I want for you to touch on here, right, at
Mhm.
this point, the statement that you made, do you care to re- I don't want to say repeat it, but share for those who did not hear that interview, what was said. Would you like to go there?
No,
Um, just to
no,
add some context, no?
no.
Well, I saw
I
did
don't
that.
wanna I don't wanna repeat that and keep pushing that on people. I think that it's been done and said, and I'm sorry about it. I don't want to keep like
Mm-hmm.
having that and repeating that. It really was supposed to be, you know, it's personal, not general, and it
Mm-hmm.
it got into a realm where it should not, where it went into a generalized thing. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, I want to say or ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the year so far, the volcanic eruption happened in April.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been involved with concerning relief efforts to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the year so far? You have a Janice Little Foundation. What have you been doing for SVG for the year so far?
We have been doing a lot of things. The Giant Saddle Foundation partnered with the Global Empowerment Mission, and and that's located here in Miami. And we really went in together and sent home 12 containers of supplies to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to help out with the whole situation, with all the devastation that happened from the volcano. People being displaced, etc. And we also sent for the cleanup efforts as well, with the help of my boy Madzat, Asworth Williams, Nova, the hands-on initiative, which was led by Madzat. So shout out Madzat with his hands-on initiative for partnering with me.
Uh-huh.
Me and his collaborations always go big.
Yeah, you don't see. Uh-huh. Okay, that
Yeah.
is good. That is really good. 12 containers, you said,
Yeah, 12 containers was sent in, that we had a hand in from the Giant City Foundation in partnership with the Global Empowerment Mission. We also have three more containers in the works right now, because people have consistently been donating. So we have more containers coming with more supplies for the country.
Wow. And I am pretty sure that a lot of people do not know the work that you have been doing in terms of your Janice Little Foundation and Relief Force in Vincent and the Grenadines. All right.
Yeah,
Now I'm
yeah.
going to ask you at this point, considering all that you have done as a cultural ambassador, and
Mhm,
considering you've had your hand at play with sending home 12 containers and you have three more, how do
mhm,
you feel knowing all of that, that Vincentians have responded to you in this negative manner by that one statement?
hmm. Nah, I mean, I don't think that one thing has something to do with the other at the moment. I think that what happened happened, and I am responsible for what I said. So, I'm sorry again. I apologize. It was not intentional. It was a blunder, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, it did happen. Um, you know, yeah. I'm sorry about that. That really was not. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand. I understand. I mean, when I first heard it, I knew where you were coming from because I'm
Mhm.
familiar with where you are from. I'm familiar with Roger as well. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I know
Yeah.
what he is talking about. But people did not take it like that. When was the last time you were home?
Um. Wow. it's been a while because of the pandemic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've not traveled. I've hardly done any performances. I actually traveled once to Nigeria to work with some African artists, but as per going into my home, St. Vincent, I haven't done that for a while. I actually plan to be there for the launch of my company on the island, and also in St. Lucia as well.
Company. What company is that? I
Yeah,
know you mentioned, but some people may not have known because they weren't really paying attention to anything else from that interview. Just that little snippet there. What company are
yeah.
you referring to?
I'm launching a food delivery platform between St. Vincent and St. Lucia, intended to grow between all the islands in general. You can order food online, on demand from supermarkets, restaurants, etc. And I intend to also expand the business into other type of digital businesses that exist at the moment, like payments, digital payments, and also going into ride sharing as well. So yeah, the company is called Vonzu Delivery Services. Yeah, Vonzu.
Bonzo. And
Yeah.
your timeline for that?
Uh,
Your timeline for that?
at the end of this month, at the end of this month, we intend to launch in St. Vincent and St. Lucia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin,
Yeah.
this is not the first time that Vincentians have been upset with you. Do you think that it's something against you, Kevin Little, or is it like specific to things that you have said in the past? Like, why are Vincentians always upset with you?
Well, I don't think that Vincentians are upset with me more than they're upset with anybody else. Sometimes I think that you would always have the people that don't like you. And unfortunately, the media house that did this, they do this to me all the time and to other entertainers or people, you know. And I don't like hold nothing against anybody and try to fight with anybody. I really don't. I'm not about that, you know. Um, and just to reiterate, the original live, which was done by me and the host of that page, had 34 views, and I didn't even realize what was said in that way,
Mhm.
because it was really a crazy day too as well. I was just coming from dropping my son off, and for that, it was done intentionally for the purposes of that media house to do whatever they want to do and achieve what they want to achieve. It was particularly singled out of the long interview and used in that way to tens of thousands of viewers on that media house's platform. So
Mm.
that was done intentionally to come at me. So, and it's done every year. It's common. I every chance that is gotten to bash me, that media house does that. So I'm accustomed to it, and still I'm here. I'm surviving. I do the best that I can for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and my people all the time. And I'm a proud Vincentian. And I'm always happy to, serve my country and do good things for my country. And in everything that I do in my philanthropic efforts or in my businesses, I think of my country first. And that's where I am here with this business venture that I'm working on. And in no way am I ever out here intentionally trying to dung my country. I made a mistake and I'm sorry. It's not regular. I'm not a perfect person, by far. I'm not a perfect person. We all make mistakes. It's just unfortunate that this was highlighted out of the interview that had 34 views by this one media house and made into this thing with intention to make me look bad, which is something I am not happy about, but I'm
Mhm.
accustomed to, you know.
Oh,
Um,
because, I mean, being in the spotlight, you have to get accustomed to negative feedback. As
Yes, 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 yes. So, it comes with the territory.
right,
So
right.
I'm not happy about it being done that way.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of people know me there personally and can pick up the phone and call and write me and say, "Hey, Kevin, I think what you just said was not good in that interview right around this area here. And
Mhm.
next time, be careful, instead of taking it and because nobody on the interview actually noticed except for, and they were there cheering and listening and whatever. As a matter
Mhm.
of fact, my last post, you will see that I have at them when I'm promoting my new music as well, because they're always as well liming in the slips, pretending to be looking out and every now and then saying something nice and then kaboom.
Yeah, yeah, I understand where you're coming
Right,
from, Kevin.
right.
Wow,
So
wow, wow.
but
Do you?
again, it's my blunder. It's my
Uh,
mistake with what I said. So I take full responsibility for what I said, and I'm sorry about that. That was not intentional at all. I never intend to say anything to harm my country at all. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stick a pin there, right? Listeners, if you're just joining the wake up call this morning, we have Kevin Lyttle live. Well, not physically in studio, but he is joining the wake up call this morning, and he has apologized several times, in fact, for the statement that he made concerning crime in SVG. If you want to jump in with your response, 4301043, that's a WhatsApp number, and you can join us live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch as well. All right. Now, do you think that people will accept your apology?
I
Or does it
I
matter?
can't, honestly, I can't change people's mind. If people don't like me, there's people who don't like me, and that's just the way it is. Like it doesn't, it's most likely not personal. It's their feeling towards me. It's human nature to judge and to be this way, especially with celebrities. It comes with the territory.
Mhm.
If you're known and you have stuff going on or you're doing something, even yourself would experience this, that there's people who just look at you and judge you and they just don't like you, and you can tell just by talking to them or the way that they behave with you, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Comes with the territory, yeah.
multiplied by millions when it comes to being a superstar or being known
Nightly.
worldwide. Right.
Nightly. Oh boy. I mean, some people could deal with the backlash and others
Yeah.
can't. Um, I want to ask you, how do you deal with negative publicity? Like, do
Well,
you worry if
it
your
affects me
channel
like
is
any
down or
other.
something?
Yeah, it affects me like any other human being. I I do get upset when things happen, and it's human. It's human. I don't, and especially with my own country. With my own country, it affects me more. If somebody else from outside says something or is coming at me in a certain way, generally that's international, and I don't really pay much attention unless it is something of a serious nature that needs for me to address it. But you know, I I've been having this happen to me for years, and even not this particular incident per se, but you would have people for years of my whole career. Always there's somebody that has a negative thing to say, and that will be the case for the rest of my life. And beyond. This is how the world is in general. You will find that there's people who don't like you, and there's nothing you can do about that, and I don't intend to try to change their mind to liking me. um, I choose personally not to hate people. I try my
Mhm.
best to not do that, because at the end of the day that affects me, and brings me to a negative point. And you know I wish I could help those that want to hate me or is hating me or looking at me in a negative way and don't know me, but there's nothing I can do.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, you have a business in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? You've partnered with another a company. You've changed over a little bit, right? I got that from the
Yeah.
interview. Now, and you are thinking of, or you have already set some things in place to start another business in SVG.
Hmm.
How do you St. Vincent is a very small place, right?
Yeah.
How do you think this here, this incident is going to affect, if you think it's going to affect your business venture whatsoever?
I don't know. I am just doing the best that I can for my country. I'm doing the best that I can for my country, and never stepping out with intention to harm, like I said before. That's always been me and will always be me. I'm never stepping with the intention to harm, but I'm not a perfect person. Like everybody else in this world, I make mistakes. So, you know, I just I'm hoping that people see the good that I do and judge me by that instead of the mistakes that I make, because we all make mistakes and say something or do something crazy by mistake. It's humans. We can't go around the fact that we are human.
All right. So at this time, we're gonna stick a pin on the interview. We're gonna come back. Let me see the time. It's 2 minutes on to 9 o'clock. Quite a number of responses on the Facebook there. I do not think that I can go through all of them right now,
Mhm.
and I'm actually not going to attempt to do that because it's gonna take up quite some time. If I see a question there, then I will raise it. All right. So if you have a question for Kevin, you can hit us up on the WhatsApp 4301043. But we're going to end this live right now and come back with part two as we enter the 9 o'clock hour right here on the wake up call. All right, we'll be back.